Hi everybody, so we're going to look at the ending of the story today. So thinking about Traction Man and what happened at the end, we have a little think. What can you remember that happened at the end of the story? Pause the video and have a go. So what I want you to think about is the spoons. It was all about the spoons, wasn't it? And how Traction Man and Scrubbing Brush had to save the spoons. So let's have a look at some sentences all about that. So here's my sentence, and I've used a capital letter and full stop, a verb and a capital letter for names. The Scrubbing Brush tied himself very tightly to the strings and jumped down to the floor. So I want you to think of the sentence here that I've written, and I want you to see if you can maybe change a couple of the words. So instead of Scrubbing Brush tied himself tightly, what could he do? Could you think of another verb that would fit in there, that would make the sentence make sense? What else could he do? What did he tie himself very? You have a little think. So have a think of a verb that you could change for tightly and write that into your own sentence. So copy my sentence but change this word. Let's have a look at the next sentence. An exclamation sentence. See if you come up with an exclamation sentence where Scrubbing Brush was going down onto the floor from the rope, so he could go bang, wee, crash. You have a think. See if you can think of a word that could be an exclamation sentence. Then I've got he quickly tied the strings to the spoons and Traction Man hoisted them to safety. Thank goodness. So I've got my capital letter and full stop. I've got my verb quickly. And I've got thank goodness as my exclamation sentence. Do you think you can come up with your own sentence now with a capital letter and full stop, a verb, remember that's a doing word, so quickly, because he tied them quickly, so it's a doing word, and an exclamation sentence about the ending of the story. So where the strings were tied to the spoons and Traction Man hoisted them to safety. Can you think of another sentence about what happened? But remembering to use a verb and have a go at putting an exclamation sentence in there as well. So the spoons were so grateful, but they didn't know how to thank Traction Man. So I've got a conjunction and a suffix, full. So I've got grateful and I've got a suffix, a conjunction as well, sorry. So I want you to think of this sentence. The spoons were so grateful, but they didn't know how to thank Traction Man. Could you change my suffix and my conjunction to two other words? So thinking of another conjunction and another suffix ending in full. How could the spoons be, and they didn't know how to thank Traction Man? You might need to change a couple of other words to make sure it makes sense, but I want you to see if you can put another suffix in there and another conjunction. Have a go. Next, they decided to give Traction Man and Scrubbing Brush a shiny gold medal for their super bravery. So this time I want you to look, instead of writing shiny gold medal, how else could you describe the medal? Rewrite this sentence and see if you can think of another word to describe the medal. Remember, an adjective describes something, and if there's more than one, then it's a noun phrase. So perhaps you can make a noun phrase as well. And then your last one is, the next day they relaxed on the still calm water with their shiny new medals around their necks. So this time I've got a capital letter and full stop as in all my sentences. I've got a noun phrase and I've got a time phrase because I've used the next day. So I want you to think about the very ending of the story and where they were. And they were relaxed, weren't they? They were like they were sunbathing. If you need to watch the end of the story, don't forget you can do that through the YouTube story. Have a little think, see if you can come up with your own sentence, or you might want to just change a few words in mine. But I want a noun phrase and a time phrase. See if you can think of a time connective to describe what happened. Don't forget to send over your work on Tapestry. I do look forward to seeing it. Take care, everyone.